the immediate 7 and 30-day mourning period. If you wish to stand at this time so that we may ask for God's blessings upon you, you may do so. If you were here in person, we would be doing so that we can recognize you and so that you can recognize our support for you. So even though we cannot see you or see each other, know that we recognize you and we support you at this difficult time. Hamakom yenachem etchem, may you be comforted among the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. Let's all stand now as we turn to the Baruch Hu, which you can find on page 28 or 146. Let's turn to page 148 or page 30 for Ma'ariv Aravim. We'll read together in the bottom of the page in the English. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the season, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the evening. Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravim. Top of page 33 or 151. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Page 34 or 152.
Adonai
as you all are seated, I see we have a visitor. Everything okay back there? Okay. Just keep going. So I am going to call Anna Tucker right now on FaceTime so that she can lead us in the Ve'ahavta. And I'm just going to, is everything going okay? I'm getting a lot of text messages, and I see Joe in the foyer. Like we're rolling, everything's on and working? It looks good?
We haven't been on at all. No, all the house, everything. So
Try again.
it looks like it's on now.
Is that you who is texting me?
No, I wasn't texting you. It was Robin made it.
But now it's on? We're working. All right. We're going to keep going while I call Anna Tucker, assuming all is working. Joe, it's so nice to have you here. All right.
Yeah.
Hi, Anna. How's it going?
Good.
You ready for your bat mitzvah tomorrow?
Yeah.
Have you been watching the stream? Is it working?
Yes.
Oh, Anna says it's working. All right. You ready to lead us all in Ve'ahavta?
Oh, it's not working on YouTube. It's on the website.
It's on the website, but not on YouTube. All right. Anyone? Oh, I guess you can't hear me. It's on. Okay. All right, Anna. You ready for Ve'ahavta?
Yeah.
All right. Here she is, folks. She's incredible, and she's going to lead us in prayer.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. ושיננתם לבניך ודיברתם בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך ושרתם לאו על ידיך והיו תפתח בעיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי ואתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתיכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם.
Emmet. Anna, that was amazing. I can't wait for tomorrow. It's going to be such a beautiful morning. Thank you so much for sharing Ve'ahavta with us tonight, and we will see you bright and early in the morning while you lead us all in prayer once again, but actually from right here in the room. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Shabbat shalom. Bye. So join me in wishing Anna and her whole family Mazel Tov as we turn to Micha Mocha, page 40 or 158.
He
pray that prayer for redemption, for freedom, for a day that looks brighter than the one that we are currently living in. We ask for help and protection along the way. You can find Hashkivenu on the next page, page 42 or 160. And as we sing, we imagine that Sukkot Shlomecha, that peaceful space that we build together. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'ha'amidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha, ufros aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. We turn to the next page for Vashamru, knowing that one of the ways we build that shelter of peace is by creating sacred time, like Shabbat. Vashamru, b'nei Yisrael, et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. And what happens once upon a time happens all the time. With those thoughts on our mind, with the hope to both learn from the past and endure differently in the future, we turn to page 46, where 164 is we ask God to open up our lips so that we may enter this sacred space of prayer together. Adonai tzifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Chastei Avot ve'imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei v'neihem, Leman Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atah Rav le'Hoshia, Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem, Mechalkeo chayim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, Umido melach, Melech memit umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'hachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, U'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el hakadosh. If you are standing, you may be seated. Let's turn to page 55 or 173. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day, and may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Page 59 or 177. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. Let's take some time for our own private prayers and reflections, our own offers of meditation, and we'll come back together on page 62 or 180. We take this time to turn our thoughts towards those who are in need of healing and not to underestimate the healing that we all still need. So I give everyone, you don't need my permission, but I give everyone the encouragement to hold yourself tonight as well and the members of your family as we are continuing to both strive for healing and hold ourselves together as this interesting year continues. And while doing that, we don't forget those in our lives and in our communities who are still facing extraordinary circumstances for which they too are in need of healing. Healing of mind, healing of body, healing of soul, and healing of spirit. If there's someone you're thinking of tonight, I invite you to put their names into the chat on YouTube or Facebook or whatever function it is you have that you are following along on tonight. And as you do so, let's mention these members of our community for whom we are thinking. We think of Bill Adler, Rebecca Bockenton, Brenda Cancinos, Gershon Ben Miriam, Hallie Gratis, Jeff Klein, Dan Kobilka, Stacy Megalitis, Maria Orlando, Deborah Peskin, Rabbi J. Del Plotkin, Rachelea Bat Baruch, Carmen Rodriguez, Cooper Romanelli, Lee Ronald, Sally Rosenblum, Verdame Ruland, Roberta Scharf, Michael Peeler Smith, Kathy Sudhalter, Jim Unruh, Victor Chana Basia Bat Shlomo, and Yosef Ben Miriam. We wish them each a refuah shlema, a quick and full recovery. You can find our prayer for healing on page 253 or 371. As we think of healing, we think, as always, of our country. May we continue to grow stronger together. Bottom of page 258 or 376. O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. Together we say, Amen, as we turn east, facing our hearts towards Israel and Jerusalem. Avinu Shabashamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'goalo, Barech et Medinat Yisrael, Reshit Smichat Geulatenu. O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Thanks, Jackie. Shabbat Shalom, Stephanie. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I'm sure that it comes as no surprise to you that mornings in my house can be a bit chaotic. Sometime around 6 a.m., the house begins to wake up. Usually it starts when the baby stirs, while the rest of the family is still quiet in the sleepy dark. If I'm lucky, I can spend a few sweet minutes alone with him. But before too long, the alarms start to go off and it's time to get everyone moving. I give the baby to Josh and I coax the big kids out of bed. There's coffee and toast and reminders to get dressed and brush teeth and, of course, these days to grab a mask. It would be simple and routine, except that always, within minutes, the big kids begin to cheppy each other. You know what cheppy means? Jackie does not know what cheppy means. Cheppy is like get at each other. You understand. Yeah. Your kids too, I assume. Yeah, within minutes, right? Mm-hmm. Lately, it seems that their constant bickering is as dependable as the sun coming up. They have been together, for the most part, inside our home for the last 8 months. They have been each other's most important, most dependable, and most frustrating playmates. How lucky they are to have each other, and how hard it can be for them to always have each other. When we sing the words, Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad, how good it is and how pleasant to sit together as brothers or as siblings, I sigh a little bit on the inside. Yes, it is good to sit with a sibling. It is good to be with someone sometimes who loves you because he has to, not always because he wants to. That kind of deep, no strings attached love is, generally speaking, good. But as both a sibling to my 2 brothers and a mother of these cheppying children, I can also attest that it is not always pleasant. Sometimes we just need some space. So as a mother, I send my kids to go play in their rooms. Go read a book, go draw a picture, go do anything that doesn't involve you two breathing the same air for a few blessed minutes. And as a sister, I call my brothers while I'm playing with the baby. I can't believe you haven't even met him yet, I say. I can't believe we won't be together for Thanksgiving. I can't believe it has now been a full year since I last saw you face to face. Sleep provides some respite from the bickering and claustrophobia and the incredulity that we are still facing this pandemic 8 long months later. When the house finally goes quiet, it could be any day, any year. And as our eyelids close, we can enter dreams or memories. We can leave everything that 2020 represents for a few delicious, sleepy hours. Allow yourself now to enter another moment in time. Imagine you have been out all day hunting. It has been satisfying. It has been productive. And now you are ravenous. You just want to eat, to clean up, and go to sleep. How lucky you are that your brother, your twin, is such a good cook. And as you return to camp, you smell his famous lentil soup simmering over the fire. Your stomach growls. But as you reach for the pot, he slaps your hand away. We learn in this week's Parsha, Toldot, that in the sleepy darkness of the womb, you and your brothers struggled. You tumbled and turned around each other, intertwined, trying to figure out whose limb was whose. And you kicked him out of the way to enter the world as he clung desperately to your heel. And as you entered the bright, cold air of this life, you saw, for the first time, that you were not the same. And since that moment, your lives have been defined by your differences. Your strength, his intelligence, your hairy arms and his smooth skin, your precision with the bow and arrow, his skill with the pot and pan, your father who is devoted to you, and your mother who has eyes only for him. Living together in the same tent, in the same camp, your differences lead to struggle. You struggle for your parents' attention, for their praise, and for their love. Those of you who have read the story know that Jacob, the younger twin, is urged by his mother to trick his blind, elderly father into giving him the blessing meant for Esau, his brother. Last night at Mayan, our teen program, we grappled with this text and these complicated choices made by our matriarchs and our patriarchs. I asked a set of twins who are in my class what it is like to be both so similar and so different. I asked them if they thought they could ever trick their parents the way that Jacob tricked his father. Do you think that with your eyes closed, your parents could tell you apart? I asked. No. Sometimes they even call me by the dog's name, said the first. She's wrong, said the other sister. They can tell by our voices. A parent should know who is who. Isaac should have known. The rabbis wonder, did Isaac know he was blessing the wrong boy? Did Jacob really trick him, or was he choosing to stay in the dark? Perhaps it was just easier to avoid the confrontation, or maybe it was more comfortable to avoid the fight. If Isaac stays in the dark, he can sidestep the problem. Helpless, he turns to Esau. Ma e'eseh b'ni, what can I do, my son? He offers him only this half-hearted recognition before he settles into the darkness once again. It is easier to bless the child whose head is already under your hand. It is easier not to engage in the family drama. It is so much easier to stay in the dark where it is comfortable and so very, very quiet. Esau is physically stronger than his brother, and yet in this story, he is the one who has no power. To be a brother, according to Parshat Toldot, is neither good nor pleasant. These days, when there is so much on all of our plates and so many built-in excuses, it is easy to avoid anything that feels uncomfortable. Think about your loved ones, your family, your friends. Is there anything you're avoiding? Are you still waiting to make a decision about how you will spend Thanksgiving? Is there a friend or a family member with whom you are holding a grudge? Is there perhaps an apology you need to offer? Or a family member you keep sending straight to voicemail, chalking it up to the pandemic, to the holidays, to the election? I understand. It is hard to find the energy right now to confront our day-to-day hardships. There is this hanging sense of fatigue in the air, an over it kind of vibe, and a longing for our old routines as managing the unprecedented becomes regular. The things that are regular now feel insurmountable. And I don't know about you, but there are days that I wish I could just go back to bed because it's easier in the dark. The Zohar, the foundational mystical text, whose name literally means radiance, shines light on this lesson. We learn, redemption will come only when Esau's tears have been dried. In other words, we strive for the repair of even our most difficult relationships, our most challenging arguments, our most unprecedented circumstances. A few chapters later, Jacob stays up all night. He and his brother are about to meet again. It has been years since the betrayal, and Jacob can't sleep. Instead of falling fast into the comfortable dark, he wrestles all night with a mysterious being who wrenches his thigh and changes his name. And in the morning, he limps painfully into the day ahead. By the light of day, he sees his brother Esau after all these years, as if for the first time they meet face to face. And Jacob says, Ra'iti fanecha kir'eh p'nai Elohim. To see your face is like seeing the face of God. It can be so good and so pleasant to finally sit together as brothers. Let's not wait for the pandemic to be over. Let's not bite our tongues until the dust from the election has settled. Let's not allow our grievances to fester. Let's not allow our eyes to be dim. Let's not go back to sleep. We've all got struggles. What would it mean to hold them up to the light? Tomorrow morning, around 6 a.m., my house will begin to wake. The baby will stir. The big kids will stretch and wander into the kitchen with sleepy eyes and big appetites. And they will, immediately, begin to bicker. What would it take to smile at them over the rim of my coffee cup and offer, instead of an exasperated sigh, a biblical reminder? How lucky you are, how good and how pleasant this morning is. For when you sit together as brother and little brother and sister, you can look to one another and see the sometimes frustrating, always dependable, and most important face of God. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for continuing to respond. Tomorrow morning, I hope you will all join me for Torah study on Zoom at 9 a.m. We will be studying Parshat Toldot, trying to understand a bit more about that enigmatic character of Isaac and why he does what he does. No spoilers. Camp Daisy and Harry Stein. Oh, and of course, at 10 a.m. immediately following, we have the bat mitzvah of Anna Tucker. Anna, we can't wait to celebrate with you and your family at 10 a.m. You'll be able to find the bat mitzvah on YouTube, Facebook Live, all the places you find the live stream. Camp Daisy and Harry Stein Summer 2021 registration is now open. They are rolling in. Camp is happening, and we can't wait. Make sure you visit campstein.org for all of the updated information, or just call Jen Walker. She would love to hear from you, and we love it when her phone is ringing off the hook. It's really fun. Lunch and Learn on Tuesdays at noon, also happening on Zoom. We have our last installation of Tales from the Talmud. We have been having a great time digging into these texts and finding the unexpected messages within. This week, our last text will be studying Beruria the Brilliant. Beruria is the wife of a rabbi who perhaps is smarter even than her husband. Next week after that, in December, Cantor will be teaching Lunch and Learn inside the Cantor studio, going in depth on Hanukkah songs. Our CBI Cares for December project is our JFCS Adopt a Family. As we always do in December, we try to provide a festive holiday season for those who don't have the means to do so themselves. This year, in order to make it COVID-friendly, it will simply be a gift card drive. So you can either bring us gift cards or purchase them by contacting Kathy in the office. All for One is our big, important campaign, and we need you. Your contribution will help all of our families who are in need, and we are striving for 100% congregational participation. We care not how much you are able to give, but that you give something in order to help another family in our congregation. Please make your contribution after Shabbat. Most of all, have a happy and safe Thanksgiving, Shabbat Shalom, and Chag Sameach. All happy, exciting things happening here at CBI. Let's turn to Aleinu, page 586 in your book. Let's stand if you are doing that. Or 282 is the other page number. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teit gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. We turn now in our thoughts and in our prayers to mourners Kaddish, to Kaddish Yatom. We think of all those we have loved who have died in recent days. We think of those we have loved whose anniversary of their death occurs at this time. We think of those who we will miss sitting around our Thanksgiving table. We think of all those whose stories live in our hearts forever. If there is someone you are thinking of tonight, you may put their name into the chat. You may say their name out loud, or I encourage you to take some time tonight to share their story with the people sitting around you, the people you are in connection with. We remember tonight Dr. Sevice Petridis, husband of Terry Switsky, father of Alex and Sarah, and Nancy Bloom, mother of Robert Bloom. We remember those of our congregational family whose yard sites occur this week. We remember Flora Abrams, Maury Amder, Max Amder, Morris Block, Seymour Bregoff, Erwin Cantor, Maurice P. Chesler, Lena Files, Fanny Fishman, Bernard Frazen, Hyman Gold, Grace Goldsmith, Helen Gorodetsky, Peter Haberkorn, Muriel J. Karp, Abraham Korrick, Milton Crane, Rabbi A.L. Crone, Rebecca Lerner, Barton Levy, Francis Benil Levy, Minnie Mark, Herman Miller, Catherine Perlmutter, Simon Retterer, Seymour Resnick, Florence S. Rigberg, Isaac H. Rigberg, Diane Rosenzweig, Estelle Kaylin Saperstein, Esther Ahito Seidberg, Elliot Shapiro, B. Scher, Lucas Siegel, Rose Svetley, and Janice Zuckert. We also remember the 6 million who perished in the Shoah, including the 1.5 million children who have no one to say Kaddish for them. And as always, we recall with admiration the soldiers and civilians of the state of Israel who have given their lives for our Jewish homeland. Zecher Tzadik Livracha, may all of their lives be for a blessing. We turn to Kaddish, page 294 or 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'amad yivrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'vyomechon u'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agalau v'izman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei Kedoshah b'richu. Ve'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, Amiran be'alma ve'imru amen. Yehei shalom rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who are in mourning and comfort to all who are bereaved, as we say together, amen. And we turn now to our prayer for peace. This may be a new melody, or it may not be. We may have done it before, but it is one of my favorites. Shabbat shalom. I'm going to pop over here because it's time for Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen l'chaim. Grape juice. You'll never guess. It's a challah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. B'te'avon, Shabbat shalom. Have a beautiful rest of your evening.